Hey guys, this is Woodshop Junkies, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at the KU059 clamping jaw sawhorse by Kress. Okay guys, so I don't normally do reviews on this channel, or I prefer not to, because it's not really what this channel is about. But I recently got my hands on this product and I'm going to be using it a lot in my videos going forward, and I know I'm going to get questions on it, so I figured I'd make this video. If anybody has any questions, I can always just direct them to this video and it should answer all their questions. Okay, so what is it? If you're anything like me, you probably haven't used one of these before. Now, it's a steel collapsible sawhorse with a clamping feature. The box probably describes it a bit better as a hands-free clamping and holding portable workstation. So why did I feel the need to make this video? Well, there's three bold claims on this box that I would like to check out. Firstly, the clamp or jaw is foot operated, which means it's hands-free. It can exert a 1-ton clamping force. That's 1,000 kilograms and quite significant. It opens up to 940 millimeters, which is quite large and big enough to hold a door. Now, I don't know the imperial measurement for this value, so I'll stick it at the bottom of the screen when I edit this video. Now, before I get dug in today, I do want to mention that I didn't buy this. This was given to me by the local Kress distributor, whom I have an agreement with to review and test all their tools. But it has nothing to do with this channel. The only reason this is making it onto the channel is because I feel it is noteworthy. And as I said, I think I'm going to have some questions on it going forward. That's why this video is happening. I will drop all the relevant links down below where you can check out pricing, availability, or where to shop. But for the guys in the US, you're probably thinking, Kress, never heard of it, even though the brand is almost 100 years old. If you go on Amazon, you're not going to find this product. But what you will find is the Rockwell RK9003 jaw horse, which, as far as I can tell, is an identical product. It's owned and manufactured by the same company. So for you guys, I will link that down below and you can check out pricing and availability there. Right, so the unit comes fully assembled, so no additional assembly is required, and it is in its folded up or collapsed state. So after a quick peruse of the included user manual, it is pretty much ready to be used. Now, they obviously made it collapsible to make it easier to move around, store and transport, but the unit is not particularly lightweight, which kind of goes against that objective. In fact, because of the steel body, or mostly steel body, it weighs in at just under 20 kilograms, or in the case of the Rockwell, at about 45 pounds. In its folded up state, it is, however, still a lot easier to carry, thanks to the third leg that can be used as a handle when it is in its folded position. To simplify moving the sawhorse around even further, the roller in the front over here can be used to drag it along the ground. To do this, however, the third leg needs to be folded out into an extended handle position. Now, I think they went for the longer roller option to make it more effective on softer surfaces, where narrower or individual wheels would probably end up digging into the ground. Putting the sawhorse into its working position requires folding open the three legs and the foot pedal. This happens in a certain sequence because each component, when folded down, is kept in place by the next that folds on top of it. For example, as you can see, these little tabs on the foot pedal keep these legs in their stored position, while the center brace, which locks in place on this side as well, keeps the foot pedal in place. Putting the sawhorse into its working position is a sequence, or requires a sequence, that starts with, as you can imagine, folding out the center leg, then the work pedal or the foot pedal, and then the forward facing legs. All are kept and secured in their working position with simple locking and latching mechanisms. I'm assuming they went with the tripod configuration to give the sawhorse a more solid stance when working on uneven surfaces, like when working remotely or working on a job site. And they went with the wider feet on the forward-facing legs to better distribute the load to prevent the legs from digging into the ground when working on softer surfaces. At the top over here is the clamping component, and for quick adjustments it can be moved manually by hand. Now, in the current configuration, this is more or less the maximum clamping capacity of the jaw, which is very far from the 940 millimeters that was claimed by the box. To achieve that, we would need to remove this jaw manually and reverse it. Now I will do a practical demonstration of the jaw operation in a moment, but for now I just want to take a moment to mention something that I'm not exactly crazy about. This jaw component's movement on this jaw component, which is for the most part steel on steel. There is a basic roller or slide mechanism at the back here, but this has a lot more to do with the foot pedal operation and less to do with the sliding of the jaw. Now, even though this is the case, there is no real directional pressure or force on this component when it is moving that could cause additional wear on these steel components, but a roller or bearing mechanism would have made the manual adjustment of the jaw a bit smoother. The flip side of this, it would have made the sawhorse more expensive and more maintenance intensive. So, not a deal breaker, just something I noticed. Okay, so operating the jaw or securing a workpiece using the jaw starts by manually opening the jaw large enough to accept the workpiece. Right, so once you've got your workpiece inside the jaws, you can either close the jaw manually onto the workpiece before applying pressure with the foot pedal, or if the workpiece is a bit heavy and you need to stabilize it by hand, you can move the jaw in smaller intervals using the foot pedal. Then, once adequate pressure has been applied using the foot pedal, you can engage the lock before removing your foot from the foot pedal. At this point, the workpiece is secured and I can continue with my work action or my task. Then, on a quick side note, these synthetic plastic pads that line the jaw seem to be quite hard wearing and elastic and do a great job at protecting the stock when pressure is being applied. They also have these grooved cutouts to assist when clamping various types of tubing. Releasing the workpiece from the jaws is also fairly straightforward, and it starts by disengaging the lock. After disengaging the lock, you would apply slight pressure on the foot pedal until a clicking sound is heard. You would then release the foot pedal, releasing the pressure on the jaws, and you can remove the workpiece from the jaws. Right, so I'm going to be clamping a few different materials just to demonstrate the operation of the clamp in various scenarios. Starting with PVC pipe. Now PVC pipe is obviously a bit more fragile and it's hollow, so the pressure applied with the clamp needs to be controlled using the foot pedal before engaging the lock. Next, I want to demonstrate how the grooves in the rubbers can be used to better stabilize or secure thin tubings or profiles. The jaw also does a great job at holding larger boards or planks when breaking them down or cutting them down to size using the circular saw. Now the maximum load or capacity of the sawhorse is about 272 kilograms or about 600 pounds. Now I don't have anything close to that weight, but I do have a piece of stone top offcut which I'm going to put in the jaw just to see how well it holds it. And it does a very good job considering how small the clamping surface is when compared to the 1-inch stone top. Clamping larger or wider boards also fairly straightforward. It does require the additional step of reversing the jaw by hand, but it's quick and easy, and as I said, it clamps just as well. Right, so collapsing or folding down the legs is also fairly straightforward. The sequence is obviously reversed when compared to folding it open or into its working position, and this time the additional step is disengaging the spring-loaded locks, which is a matter of pulling them open by hand. Right, so that's pretty much it for my quick look at the KU059 clamping jaw sawhorse by Kress. Now, I hope I answered any questions that you guys may have. If I left anything out or you have any additional questions, please drop it down below and I'll do my best to answer it. Well, I'll answer it to the best of my ability. Then, in conclusion, from my side, I think it's a pretty decent product. It does exactly what it claims to do and it does it quite well. So, in my opinion, if you add some overhang support, it has the potential to be a game changer when working on site or when working remotely, especially when working alone. I can definitely see myself using this in my workshop going forward, so you will obviously see this in my videos as well in the future. I like the fact that it is compact, or that it can be folded up, because as many of you know, I'm working out of a single garage workshop, so space is quite precious. Then if you have anything you would like to add or an opinion you would like to raise, or maybe you don't agree with my assessment of this product, please drop it down below. I would love to hear from you guys. For the local guys, I will link the local Kress website down below and you can check all the distributors or all the retailers selling the Kress products locally, and you can just check for the closest one to you and contact them like that. For the international guys, I will add the Rockwell to my Amazon storefront, which, as I said, and as far as I can tell, is the exact same product. And that's pretty much it from me for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some value out of it. As I said, I'm not really big into reviews. It's not really what this channel is about, so I'll be back really soon with another build for you guys. For now, however, thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Cheers.